Okay, hello. We're going to do we're going to do a decode on this 6th May King Charles III coronation. Okay, and of course coronation has a link. The idea of crowning, being crowned or crowning, the idea of becoming king, so the idea of coming out of the matrix. Okay, because when you're born, the first thing that usually pops out is your head, and that is called crowning. Okay, so this is the idea of coming out of the matrix, the idea of being crowned king. Okay, taking control of your life again. All right, this is what poor old Charlie boy has been, the repressed little boy for 73 years before he became king. um you know, this is Charlie boy taking control of his life now. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to do the decode on it. So we've got to go to my chart of Lorraine. If you do not know, if you are new here and you do not know what this is, please just go to this video and just watch this before you watch the rest of this video, okay? Because this will explain what is going on with these numbers here. I don't have time to even do a short explanation on this one, okay? So I'm going to dive straight into it. What's interesting is I've got two L shapes in here. One is actually a V, but if you look at a V, all a V is this is the L, and all the V is it's just turned this way. Okay, interesting again. And what is also interesting is we've got LV here, which in Roman numerals it's the wrong way around, but I guess it would be would that be 45? But it could also be 55, I guess. I don't know. I don't know, actually. I'm thinking about it now. V before L. L is 50 and V is 5. Do we minus that off? But anyway, so you got either 55 or 45, maybe. I'm not sure. Well, that's not very good not knowing that, Dan. But anyway, who cares? I don't really care. Somebody can say in the comments. But interesting, we do have a 45 down here at the bottom of this thing. And I don't know. I don't want to get too bogged down with that straight away. But 55, of course, is also super important as well with all these balance dates. And of course, 11 is, 11. Let me say this now. 11 is super important because remember we've got these two columns, which is the metaphysical and the physical. Well, double 5 is 10, so that's completion of a cycle. Double 6. Completion of a cycle in the physical world, 12. Right in the middle of there is 11. Well, half of 11 is 5.5, So this is what, 55 and 11. 55 also joins up with 10 pretty good as well. So that's the important thing about that. Which again, I thought, well, that's pretty interesting. And also with all this reading stuff backwards in this table, 55 seems to gel quite nicely with a lot of these ideas, because we're going to be reading some numbers backwards here in a minute anyway. So, already wasted way too much time. So I've got these two different L's, or a V and an L, written in here, okay? Now, of course, there's some other symbol with the V and the L as well. The L of like pure God, and then the V of the mother. The thing that we can potentially get trapped in, okay, if we're not careful. Now, what I will say is what I've got over here is in this column here we've got all to do with the Queen, okay? We've got the number 11, which again is to do with the feminine, okay? So that's important. We've got her death date, the 8th of September, burial 19th of September, birthday 111th day of the year, the 21st of April, which is 254 days remaining in the year. This is where this ties into 9/11, which is the 254th day of the year, 111 days remaining. Okay, so this is the tie-in with Queen and 9/11, and also we have this thing down the bottom here, which is a full year, a full cycle. Okay, that's important to note because again, the feminine, the female of the species. I don't know if you've noticed this, guys, but they have a cycle, okay, a monthly cycle. Um, and of course, the cycle is to do with pi, 314, okay, the feminine again. What I will say about this cycle, though, is it's 1¼ day short of a full year, 1.25. Of course, 1.25 in our decodes is also an abbreviation of 1225, Christ's birthday, and also 1¼ okay, which is 1.25 again, is the 114 as well. So that's pretty interesting because that's going to show up right here. Okay, so let me get some of this scribble off of here and we'll see where this L takes us now. Also bear in mind as well, I'll show you in a minute, but bear in mind this number down here is also in her column, and I'm going to show you where this thing turns, okay, over here. So what we've got going on here is we've got an abbreviation, as we come along the bottom of this L now, we've got an abbreviation of Charlie Boy's birthday, okay, which is actually 11/14, which shows up over here as well in the table. The 14th of November, okay. And then what I believe we have here is a version of the coronation, okay, which is, I've been doing this for a little while now in my decodes, is when I have a double number, I just simply take it as a single number. So this 33 down here would be a 3 if I wanted it to be in a certain decode, okay. So this 66 here at the start of 665, not 666, but 665. Again, this would now become a 6 here, okay, if you can make that scribble out. So 665 becomes just 65, okay. It's just abbreviated down to 65. Okay, so this would be the coronation right here. So I thought that was interesting, the 6th of May. Okay, a couple of other interesting things about the coronation. Our two main balancing columns in the table. Again, what are we dealing with here? Here with the 6-5. Again, that is super important. What is also super important is the day that I have at the minute penciled in for the Hoover Dam destruction is 5-9, which again we can just in numerology we can just flip that to a 6. 5-6. Again, the crowning of the actual king on 5-6 inverts to, the crowning of man on 5-9. Okay, coming out of the matrix on 5-9. Pretty interesting, I think. What's also interesting, oh blimmin' hell, don't take that out there, is if we take these numbers now, we can see that they show up in this V right here, okay? So let me show you why these numbers are showing up here. Okay, one thing to note is that the difference between 11 and 89 is, I could write it in here, is 78. That's important here in just a second, okay? Because we're going to see these numbers repeated. Okay, so here's our 78. That's the first number that's repeated. It's a hidden number, but it's repeated. Here's the Queen's death days here. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, here's the 11 that's at the top of the table, at the top of this top right here. Sorry. Okay. Actually, the 199. I don't have much on that. Of course, I think it's the 18th of July is the 199th day of the year, which is interesting. That's right here as well. Okay, with the 187. Also, the 187 is the death. See how the 187, the death sort of number, okay, murder, death, kill, is tied in with 9/11 here, okay, because 9/11, I believe, is the loss of God, or the loss of balance from our reality, right? And again, that ties back in with this reference to 9/11 right here. So we have that 9/11 reference here and here, right at the bottom corner, if you like. Super interesting. And then when we come over to this other side, this year we had the resurrection on 4/9, okay, which was Easter Sunday, right? Pretty interesting, because we have the king right here that is resurrected, okay. He was resurrected when the queen died. So this is the abbreviated version again of the 14th of November, Charlie Boy's birthday. So we've got some interesting stuff going on here, really interesting stuff. Again, what I want to say is, again, with these numbers, is this is also, so we've got the Queen's death here with these numbers. This is also the inversion. The inversion of these numbers is the birthday of Madonna on 8/16, okay, the 16th of August. Pretty important, I think, okay. Now, what I'll show you something else that's interesting about that as well while we're on the topic, because you know, maybe there's something to do with Madonna dying on tomorrow, maybe, because if we read this number backwards here, okay, 419, okay, as I was just saying, 419. Was I just saying? I don't know if I was just saying this or not. I can't remember now. But if we reverse this 19 in a mirror, this becomes pi. Okay, put an I there instead of make that one an I. Okay, so, and this could be 4 pi. So maybe something happens for pi. I don't know. Interesting. Here's pi right here, by the way. Okay, and pi is the dam. Okay, DAM 4 1 13. Okay, numbers of pi. Again, I have this date selected out for the Hoover Dam, maybe destruction thingamajig. So it's interesting. This 419 ties into that, and then again, if we look again here, rid of some of this jazz. So we've got this day here, okay. If we look back up here, we have these same numbers repeated this way, okay, and these same numbers here, the death of the Queen, okay, here, but the birth of Madonna here. So we have something going on here with these numbers right here. I don't know, and I was toying between whether I should do a video on 423 as well, but I just thought the 419 was a better fit, especially tying back into the Queen and the coronation. What else did I want to say about this? I thought there was a couple of other interesting things. Oh yes, there's some interesting things, because when we look at this day here now, okay, and if we were to say this was 7/9 or the 9th of July, the 9th of July, okay, has a few interesting birthdays, okay, and also let me just note that that is repeated here, this 9/7 or the 7/6, okay, numerologically speaking, the same numbers, same symbols at least. So this is pretty interesting. There seems to be a ton of people born on this day, but one of them, let's do this one real quick. Tom Hanks. Oh, blimey now, let's get rid of that. Tom Hanks. And if you remember, he did a film. If we take these numbers here and make a word out of them, 8, 1, 9. Can you see where I'm going with this word? Let's make this into a B. And he did a film called Big. Okay, again, a child within the Matrix. You know, oh dear. Um, but there it is, Big, right there. Okay, so there's some interesting stuff. I'm not going to do it in this video, but there's a couple of other interesting people that are going to tie into. I want to do a couple of film decodes, or at least show you some stuff in some films. Not really decodes, so to speak, but just some background stuff on some films. And one of them, in fact, should I do that now? One of them is a guy called. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Let's just do it because I've got it up here. Richard Roundtree. Okay, this is the guy that plays Shaft, right? And so he's in a bunch of interesting stuff. I came across him actually in a film called Diamonds. Okay, and I'm gonna do some stuff on that film later if I get a chance. But it's a loaded film. It's about I don't even want to go into it. All right, I don't even worry about going into it. It's a heist film, and I think you can watch it on YouTube. I think right now, if you look it up, I think that's where I saw it on YouTube, but I'm not sure. Anyway, um, he's got a bunch of interesting stuff. I mean, just a bunch. Look at this. I was just scrolling through here, and I'm like, what showed up on September the 19th, 1991. He appears in an episode of Beverly Hills 90210. And I'm just like, about 3 or 4 days ago, I'd just been thinking about Beverly Hills 90210, 90210, 90210. I'd just been thinking about it because, of course, it has the 1, 2, and the 9. It's a 129 reference. Okay, and of course, 5/9, the 9th of May is, yeah, it's the 129th day of the year. That's our 29 reference, which is super important, and the 1 along with it. Okay, and of course, you know, Beverly Hills, Beverly, the Beaver Lay, the Beaver Lay, the Beaver Dam, yeah, or the Beaver, if you want to be really crude about it, the Beaver in the hills, okay, in the bottom of the valley there, okay. So what I'm saying here is Beverly Hills 90210 is, yes, a Hoover Dam reference, maybe, with the 129th day of the year. Um, I don't know, you know, it's just stuff like this. Look at this. The series ran for 10 seasons on Fox from October the 4th, the clock tower, to May 17th. 517. Yeah, 517 is, um, let me show you it in here real quick. Look, let me show you. 517. Look where 517 shows up. Okay? The 10, completion of a cycle, and with pi, the cycle. Okay? 157. Okay? It's just absolutely nuts. You can't write this stuff, I'm telling you. What else? There was a couple other things down here. Oh, yeah. 413 Hope Street. America Drama Series. 413. The Numbers of Pi, yet again. Oh, look, it aired on Fox Network from September the 11th, 97, unbelievable, yet again, to January the 1st, to 1/1, to 11, 1998, 98, okay, the 89, with the Queen, okay, ah, absolutely nuts. And so you can find, he's done a ton of stuff, so I expect there's quite a lot of, excuse me, really good links in here. I don't know what else to say about it really. I'll do the I'll do the film thing with him because it's an interesting film. Diamonds. I'll do a decode with that at some point. But yeah, just interesting. He's at the bottom of that V. Um, let's go back to this. What else did I want to show you in here? I forgot to mention something again with the Queen's column here. This 917 here. Yeah, the 917 again. Okay, this 917 is from 187. 917 is 100 days apart, and in fact they're actually number jumps from September the 11th, 2001, and it's 7,810 days, and then we go 7,910 days. These dates are 100 days apart, which is our dollar bill reference, and here we go again with this number down here repeated again here. Okay, and this set of numbers here, this 197 or 18 whatever 791 or 7,910 day jump takes us to this 59 date. Okay, the 9th of May. So that's pretty important. I thought something else that was interesting was, so this is the inversion, so this could be 6 right here. If we go to the dartboard, 611, and also these numbers here and these numbers here kind of show up together. Okay, let me show you on the dartboard. Because here's the 8, if you can see my cursor, here's the 816, right? This is Madonna, and this could also be the Queen reference, okay, as well, the death of the Queen here, right? And we have the birth, and I've got another decode on the death of the Queen, which is, before we get right into it, is the 8-9 right here. The two legs of the Queen open up, and out pops Prince Charles right here. The 1411, November the 14th, right here. So from between the death date, between the legs of the Queen, is birthed the new king. Well, what is interesting is, again, we have those same numbers here with the death of the Queen here, and also with Madonna. And then there's that 11, which ties into the 6, which I was just showing you here. Look, here's that 11, which was 911, tying into the coronation. We flipped the 9 to a 6 now. So this is interesting with the dartboard. This is a little bit difficult to follow. So this is interesting with the dartboard with the coronation on the 6th of May. But what have we got the other side of that? We've got this 149 number again on the opposite side. So this was one leg of the V, and technically, 11 is super to do with balance as well. So then we go into, and obviously 11 links very, very well to 55 as well. So there's 556. Pretty interesting with the 5-6 coronation here. But that links to the 149 that's on the other side of the other side of the leg there. And blimmin' hell, we've got all these other numbers that tie into that as well, like the 1 1/4 here, which is also 1 1/4 with Charlie's birthday, but we've got the 1 1/4 abbreviated here, well, the abbreviation of Christ's birthday here. We've got the 129 here, okay, because the 129th day of the year is 5-9. So it's just interesting that all these numbers right here are actually, they're interrelated with that V. It's almost like this is one leg of the V, and then it comes back up here on the, I don't know, one leg of the V, another leg of the V, and then there's, I don't know, birthday stuck right on the side of it. I don't know how to explain it, but it's super interesting that the numbers are all together, in groups next to each other here. This idea of coming out of that thing, I don't know. It's just interesting that they're all together right there. What else did I want to say about this? I think I'm going to leave it there for the for that decode. Okay, but I just wanted to show you, 5 6, 5 9. Okay, 6 is 9. Pretty interesting. 5 6, the top of this thing. Okay. Also, what is also interesting is, again, you can sum this down. You can reduce this down to a 6 here as well as 33 if you wanted to do it that way. And again, 2 6 is the mirror. We've got the 2 and the 5 mirroring one another again. And of course the bullseye, 50, and 20 days, actually this date here happens to be 20 days from 5/9, from the 9th of May. Okay, so the 19th of April is 20 days apart. So this 20 here, which again, it's the reflection of the 50, the bullseye that we're aiming for. So this is interesting as well. It's the opposite sort of thing. Another interesting thing is if you go from this day here, okay, and you go 119 days on, it's going to take you to, if I'm doing this right, it's going to take you to Madonna's. It's going to take you to Madonna's birthday. Okay, so that's pretty interesting as well. So this whole idea of crowning, coronation, and another tie back to Madonna, kind of pretty interesting. Another potential date for Madonna's death right here. Okay. I'm gonna leave it there for that one. Hopefully that wasn't too long. I got some other really nutty stuff to show you here shortly, but I wanted to do this video first. So okay. Alright. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye.